your spine. So you can press the crown of your head a little higher and lengthen through your straight spine. And we'll use our breath to transition out of the day and into our practice. So breathe with me. Seal your lips and inhale through your nose, breathing in for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale all the way out. 4, 3, keep going. 2, 1. 3 more times together. Inhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2. Maybe close your eyes. 3, 4. Exhale all the way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lips are sealed. Last time together. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow yourself to breathe very normally, but very consciously. So you know where the breath is flowing through your nostrils, and you can feel it expanding into your lungs and maybe down into your belly, giving yourself this nice deep belly breathing, slowing the cadence down, making it a little bit more meaningful for you. Belly breaths, whisper sound in the throat. Continue to melt your shoulders towards the earth and lift the crown of your head towards the skies. Good. Bring your right hand to your chest and feel it still. And then place your left palm on your belly and feel your breath. As you inhale, the belly should press outwards, and as you exhale, the belly collapses back in again to push the breath out of the lungs. Feeling your breath, let's set an intention for our practice together. May this practice heal and strengthen your body and your mind. May this practice heal and strengthen your body and your mind. Awesome. Release your hands and come forward into child's pose. And we'll open up through the front of the heart space, stretch through the front of the knees. Allow your toes to consciously touch. And then widen your knees as much as you comfortably can across your mat. And allow your heart to enter the space between your knees as you lower your heart towards the ground and rest your forehead on the mat. Go ahead and reach your arms a little further away from the crown of your head and stretch through your rib cage and heart space. And we'll open up through the frontal plane whilst we're down here. So walk your left hand off the top left corner of your mat and place your right hand on the back of your left palm and move your forehead over so you can get a really nice arching out through the right side of your rib cage. Breathe in to expand through the right ribs and breathe out to draw your navel in and up. Take 2 more conscious breaths through the right side of your body. And then when you feel the exit, move your right hand across the mat until it touches the floor, and then place your left hand on the back of your right hand and shimmy your forehead over so you get a nice big arch through the left side of your torso. And use this moment in time to expand through your left rib cage. Use the breath to build volume in your left lung. And use your exhale to soften the whole of your body. Make sure that that left hip is melting towards the ground. One more long breath into the left side of your torso. And then as you exhale, bring your hands back to center and come on up into a all fours position, like a tabletop. And take a moment to make sure that your hands are directly below your shoulders. They're sometimes wide and we don't even realize it. I like to bring them directly underneath. Stack the joints. And make sure your knees are hips distance apart. And we'll warm through the sagittal plane. As you inhale, I'd like you to create a tilt in your hips so that your belly drops to the ground and your chin can lift to the sky. Maybe you bend your elbows. And as you breathe out, use the whole of the exhale to let your spine travel upwards in an arch. As your lungs are completely empty, it arches completely. You draw your chin into your chest. Then as you begin to inhale, you begin to drop the belly back down into your cow pose. All the way through the range of motion as you lift your chin up towards the sky, and then exhale, cat. Arch your spine, draw your chin in. Inhale, cow. Drop your belly, lift your chin high. Twice more, finding your own cadence in your breath. Long range of movement. Diving consciously into your own breathing and allowing the breath to open the spine. Good. Come back into your tabletop position and push down through your left hand. And as you inhale, float your right hand straight out in front of you so you're strong through both shoulder joints. Good. Use your next inhale to move your left toes across the mat until your left leg is straight. Use the next inhale to float your left leg off the ground. So you now got your right hand pressed out in front of you and your left foot pressed out behind you. And you use the breath to broaden through the chest. You're strong through both your shoulders and you're energetic through your left leg. For one more breath in. And as you exhale, without bending your left knee, allow your left foot to slowly float towards the ground until the toes touch the ground. Good, take another breath in. And then as you exhale, only draw your left knee back towards the ground. Good, stabilize everything. Take a breath here. And as you exhale, now lower your right hand back down to the ground. You're back in tabletop and you take a moment just to shift the weight through the hands. And press the palms down into the ground. Now you may wish to rotate your hand, you see me do it on the screen if you look, through 90 degrees to warm up through the wrist and through the forearm. Of course, I'm only doing this with one wrist because I modify with my right wrist, but you can turn that hand or both hands through 90 degrees all the way around and get a good stretch through the wrist. Nice, and then gently inhale your left hand all the way straight out in front of you. So the left arm is now parallel to the ground. And if you notice your left shoulder drop slightly, lift it so it's in line with your right shoulder. And then as you inhale, press your right toes back away from your hips until your right leg straightens. Good. With the next breath, inhale your right leg so it's parallel with the ground. And try and keep your hips neutral to the earth and your shoulders neutral to the earth. You're strong through both shoulders, not just a supporting shoulder. And you draw your belly in and up. Uddiyana Bandha engaged. Breath is flowing. Nice. As you find a little bit more reach between your left fingertips and your right heel, you take a breath in, and as you exhale, you softly float the right toes towards the earth, but the right knee doesn't bend, not yet. Just touch the toes. Right leg is straight. Good. Left hand is still floating. Then exhale to bend your right knee and bring your right knee back in underneath the right hip. Good. Lift your left shoulder a little. Nice. And then take a big breath in and slowly exhale your left hand down to the ground. Beautiful. From here, we're just going to release by coming through child's pose again. So lower your sit bones down towards your hips and walk your hands forwards and melt your head onto the ground and soften through the whole of your body. I'd like you to feel a connection through the pads of your fingertips. And notice wherever gravity is physically connecting with your body. So wherever the floor is touching you, notice the effect and energy of gravity drawing you deeper towards the earth. And allow your breath to give you a sense of freedom. Allow gravity to give you a sense of connection. And as you do this, draw your navel in and up. Keep Uddiyana Bandha engaged. And then send your energy down into your pelvic floor and switch on the muscles that you'd use to stop yourself from going for a pee. So just your pelvic floor. In yoga, we call this Mula Bandha. It's the root block in yoga. One of the most important and often forgotten bandhas.
Give yourself the space here, your body isn't moving, to focus on your breath and your bandhas. Belly draws in, pelvic floor is on. Good. Gently, with the bandhas engaged, inhale to come back up into your tabletop position. Bandhas engaged, don't let them go, especially Mula Bandha. Pelvic floor is on. Push down through your left hand and inhale your right hand up towards the sky. Lift your fingertips as high as they'll go, and then exhale to dive your right arm all the way through. Thread the needle and melt your right shoulder onto the ground and push the ground away with your left hand. Push the ground away with your left hand. Or maybe use your left hand to take a little bind if you wish to. And wherever you are in this practice, and we're going pretty gentle today, I'd like you to be super compassionate inside your own body. When we go to Sainsbury's and chemists, we can buy paracetamol and ibuprofen. These painkillers are a very, very effective way of chemically blocking the messages that our body sends us. That's why we should never take them before doing yoga. Yoga is a window for ourselves to listen. Push down through your left hand and take a full breath in and let the whole breath go out. Then as you inhale, float your right hand straight back up towards the sky and reach it up that second time. And then float your right hand all the way back down. Let's get set up for the other side. So inhale your left hand as high as you can take the fingertips comfortably. And then exhale, dive your left shoulder all the way to the earth and rotate through the transverse plane. So we've been warming up through all three planes of movement. We did the frontal plane to start with, moved through the sagittal plane. Now we're rotating around the neutral spine and we're paying attention consciously to the back of the neck. And then moving our awareness gently between the shoulder blades and down the spine. Aware of the lumbar spine and where it's now sitting into your hip. Where the spine meets the hip, this is called the sacroiliac joint. And right now, you're rotating around a neutral spine. If this hurts, you need to soften. If there's space to go deeper, check it out. One more breath in. And stay for the whole exhale. Then press your right hand, when you're ready, onto the floor and inhale the left hand straight back up to the sky. So really reach it on up. Don't be shy. Lift your heart up like you really mean it. And then exhale, bring your left hand all the way down to the ground. And make a conscious choice here. Do you want to keep your knees on the floor and modify for this? If you do, please be my guest. If you wish to come to downward facing dog, straighten up through your legs and press your hands into the ground. And if you're in down dog, you can inhale to lift your heels and exhale to soften your heels towards the floor and maybe bend your right knee and your left knee and just get a little movement through your dog. If you're in all fours, lengthen through your spine and draw your navel in. Good. If you're in downward facing dog with me, go ahead and inhale your right foot up towards the sky, three-legged dog. If your knees are on the floor, you can just lift your right leg back off the floor. Good. From downward facing, from three-legged dog, forgive me, take a moment to let the breath leave and bend your right knee. And then inhale to rotate your right knee towards the sky and draw your right heel towards your sit bones. And if your left foot is on the floor, if your left knee is on the floor, keep on modifying, that's good. Good, from scorpion, take a breath in, and as you exhale, if you're coming all the way from scorpion, draw your right knee, you'll see me do this on the screen if you need to, and bend your right knee to touch your right elbow. If you're doing this in a modification, your left knee is simply on the floor. If your left knee is not on the floor, your right knee is touching your right elbow, and your right elbow is bent. Good, take a breath in here and exhale, scorpion pose. Lift your right knee a little higher and press your right heel towards your sit bone. And if your left knee is on the floor to modify, that's good. Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, draw your right knee to touch the back of your bent left elbow this time. Bent left elbow. Your left knee can be on the floor to modify. But I'd like you to keep your right shin off the floor. Big breath in, exhale, three-legged dog. Modifications welcome. And then gently float your right leg onto the ground. Right knee might be back on the floor now. And readjust your dog. And we'll switch to the other side. So inhale your left foot to the sky, three-legged dog. You can modify your right knee onto the floor if you wish to. If your left foot is raised, I'd like you to press the energy straight back through your left foot, modifying any way you need to, and listening to your body. Exhale to bend your left knee, and then inhale, rotate your left knee up towards the sky, scorpion pose. Left knee up towards the sky, scorpion pose. So, Harry, I know you can press your left knee a little higher than that and draw your left heel towards your sit bones a little more. Adela, if you can lift your left hip high enough so you can send your gaze underneath your left armpit. Good. Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, draw your left knee to your left armpit. Just touch your left knee to your left armpit. And try and keep your left foot off the floor. And remember, Uddiyana Bandha draws the belly in, and please switch on your pelvic floor. Keep your breath flowing, feel the cadence. Everything is on strong as you take full breath in and exhale, scorpion pose. So let that knee float straight up towards the sky. And draw your left heel a little closer to your sit bone, Harry. Good. Another big breath in. As you exhale, draw your left knee to your right elbow. So bend your right elbow and touch your left knee to your right elbow. Press down through the right toes. And that belly lifts in and up. Pelvic floor is on. Breath is on for one more long breath in. You've got this, Kirsty. Then exhale, scorpion pose, all the way back up. Nice. Big breath in. Exhale, three-legged dog. Straighten out through that left leg as much as you can, Harry. Push a little energy through your left heel. Good. Much better. Even if you have to press the wall with your foot, that's okay. Take a big breath in here. And then gently exhale to bring your left foot back down to the ground. Downward facing dog. Push your palms a little deeper into the earth and focus on softening your neck. And then lift your sit bones and feel your spine lengthen. So you've got a heavy head at one end and soft neck, so it's creating a weight. And you're lifting your sit bones and you're lengthening through your neutral spine as you push down through your hands. And breathe, long Ujjayi breath. Nice. Inhale your right foot straight back up to the sky. And exhale to draw your right knee into your chest. Push the ground away so consciously that you can gently step your right foot between your hands. Gently step your right foot between your hands. Encourage it any way you need to. And place your hands either side of your right foot. Place your hands either side of your right foot. And then go ahead and straighten up through your right leg and come into pyramid pose. Play with this a little. Notice the tendency to press your right hip forwards. I'd like you to consciously draw your right hip back. This will lengthen through the right hamstring. And allow your hands to soften either side of your right foot. Now, if you've got the range, I'd like you to draw your right toes towards your right shoulder and then draw your right shoulder towards your right knee and get a really beautiful long stretch through your right hamstring. Good, big breath in here as you exhale. Gently begin to move forward and then inhale, drop your left knee to the floor and keep breathing in to float both hands up towards the sky. Maybe your palms can press together as you feel your left hip open and your fingertips reach a little higher. Good. Breath in here. As you exhale, fold your arms back down towards the ground and straighten up through your legs. Come back into your pyramid pose and stretch out through the back of your right hamstring. Nice, take a breath in here, and as you exhale, press your weight into your right foot. And just step your left foot towards the top of the mat and switch with your right foot. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. And come into pyramid pose. I'm watching this time. So see if your leg will comfortably let you lengthen through the left leg as your hands support either side of your left foot. Good, and you draw your left hip back consciously. Soften your neck, Adela. And maybe send your gaze to your left big toe. Draw your left hip back and straighten through your left knee as much as your leg will allow you to. Left hip is drawing back as you now raise your left toes off the floor and soften your left shoulder down to your left knee. And get a really nice, gentle, long stretch through the left hamstring. Big old breath fills your lungs.
Good. As you exhale, move forward slightly and then begin to lower your right knee to the ground and inhale as you touch your right knee to the floor, float both hands up towards the sky. I want to see a big, beautiful arch through your arms as you lift your hands on your heart space. And maybe your palms can press together as you stretch out and open through your right hip flexor. Beautiful work, Adele. And maybe you can soften your hips a little closer to the floor if that knee is comfortable for one big, juicy, meaningful breath all the way into your belly. Nice. And then as you exhale, use the whole breath to float the hands back down to the ground, frame the foot, straighten up through your left leg and come back into your pyramid pose. And feel the stretch moving all the way from your left heel, left calf, back of your left thigh, around the back of your glute, across your low back. As you draw your left shoulder a little closer to your knee, take a breath in. And as you exhale, step your right foot to the top of the mat and come into a really nice forward fold. Feel the grace. Maybe you join opposite elbows, right hand into the left elbow, left hand into the right elbow. Maybe you super straighten through your legs if you've got the range, or maybe you bend your knees comfortably and allow your spine to decompress just a little more. We spend most of our time compressing our spine, sitting in chairs, standing upright. And over the years, the spinal bones, the vertebrae, begin to compress the jelly bits in between. And especially the ones at the bottom, the load-bearing ones, those discs begin to feel the tension of the years. And when we come into a forward fold, very often we can begin to decompress. Now, if your body, for any reason, says, no, this isn't right, then you stop, you listen. You move, you shift, you soften. But if this feels good, maybe you'll take a little sway to the left and to the right. Just notice how that extends all the way down through the hamstrings and the calves. Good, and we're going to come into a little flow before we do our practice balance drills. So come back to the center and release your hands. Bend your knees loads and loads and loads and loads and loads until your back can really arch. And then inhale to slowly stand. Let the arms and shoulders be soft and floppy and heavy. And then when you're almost straight, inhale both hands super wide of your body as you reach really, 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 really high. Lift your heart space so you come into this mini back bend as you watch your palms press. And you lift your fingertips a little higher. And you press your feet deeper into the ground and feel balance. Now exhale, bring your hands into your heart space and allow your thumbs to physically come all the way to your rib cage. But maybe you can feel the energy of your hands moving beyond the physical limits of your body and into your heart space. Maybe you can connect with yourself as you raise the crown of your head a little higher or impress your feet down into the ground. Samastitihi. Good, and we'll find Tadasana before we come to balance. Tadasana is the godfather of all postures. So once we've got Tadasana and really feel not just its physiology, but its connection, then we can do pretty much anything. So start with me by pressing your feet into the ground, allow the big toes to touch. Inhale all 10 toes up off the floor, fan them as wide as they'll go, and then exhale, press your feet down onto the ground so each toe is gripping the earth. You can feel half your weight in one foot and half in the other. As you suck the inner and outer arches of your feet straight up and lift the energy of your kneecaps so that your legs switch on as you bring the energy straight into your belly and draw your belly in and up. Uddiyana Bandha is on. Good, your knees are off lock. Some people will lock their knees out as they lift the kneecaps. I don't want the joints not locked. I want them strong. Feel the strength. And then use the energy of your core to rise up through your chest and broaden through your shoulder blades. Allow your arms to straighten and let your palms rotate to face forward. Resist the temptation to press the chest forward. Draw your rib cage back in and keep it nice and neutral. Broaden through your back and lift through the crown of your head. Now there is an energy to your life force. If you don't believe me, just check out the difference between a human being and a car. There's energy in your life force. If you press down through the soles of your feet, you will feel the energy of gravity connecting with you, forgive me. And if you allow yourself, you can push your awareness down through your floor, your mat, into the ground and become super aware of what's underneath you. Maybe even Mother Nature's energy. And as her life fills you from the feet all the way through your body, you can reach up through the crown of your head and notice that your awareness doesn't stop at your skull. It reaches beyond your skull, maybe a millimeter, maybe a mile, as you feel a connection with something else, a higher purpose. Maybe it's just the energy of the sky above you or the sun's rays. Maybe it's your deepest belief system. Maybe you have a connection with the universe itself. We all do. So in Tadasana, you can lighten up through the whole of your body, be strong, support your skeletal structure physically, and also find your energetic body connecting into the earth and reaching up to a higher purpose, and then even allow yourself to bring your awareness in through your belly button to your own true inner light. Notice the journey you're on, not just the physical exercise you're doing, but the self-awareness as you deepen your knowledge of yourself beyond your thoughts in your head. Good, now that we're nicely aligned, let's come into our balancing drill. I'd like you to press your weight through your left foot and inhale your right knee towards your navel, about the same height as your navel. Now, if you are in need of some sort of support, please don't be shy. You're at home, go and hold the wall. Or maybe Adela and Harry, maybe you can hold each other's hands for a little bit of support. Whatever you need to, find that place where balance is good. Not a struggle, but good. And you're still pushing down through your left foot reading the ground, lifting up through the crown of your head, and all the bandhas are engaged. Nice. Place your left hand on the outside of your right knee and reach your right hand straight out in front of you, and with a long, straight spine, inhale to rotate your right hand all the way around in a semicircle until you reach towards the back of the room and press your right knee forward and your right shoulder backwards as you come through a really nice transverse plane twist through your neutral spine, and rinse out your internal organs with your breath. Push down through your left foot and then gently sweep your right hand all the way back to the center and take prayer hands on the inside of your right knee. Now, rather than just putting your hand in there, I need you to build tension between the inside of your right knee and the outside of your right hand. It's like resistance training. Building strength in the shoulder, you can feel it in your thigh. When you've got this, inhale to press your right knee outwards. Now, keep the tension between the inner right knee and the outer right palm. This is where you're going to build strength in the body. It is all body weight strength, right? You're not lifting weights. You're doing what the body is designed to. As you balance through your left foot and take another big breath in. Nice. And then as you exhale, draw your right knee back into center and wrap your hands around the back of your right leg. Remember, you can modify, hold on to furniture, do whatever you need to make this feel right in your body. Press your right heel straight out in front of you. Good. And if you wish to, you can keep your hands on the back of your thighs for support. Or maybe you'll come with me and raise both your hands up towards the sky and press the energy through your right heel a little higher up towards the ceiling. One more breath in, just for a second, and then slowly, softly bring it back onto the ground. I did promise we'd be gentle, so not too long in that hold. Bring your hands back into Samastitihi and shift your weight into your right hand, your right foot even. Let's give the right foot a little turn at learning how to balance. Remember all of your Tadasana cues, toes, arches, knees, belly, shoulders, crown of the head, all that stuff. And exhale to draw your left knee as high as your navel. And place the right hand on the outside of the left knee this time. Build a little tension between the two and reach your left hand forward. Exhale fully so your belly comes in, and then as you inhale, rotate your left hand all the way around in a nice big circle. And open up the left side of your body. Good. One more big breath in. Keep the balance or hold on to something. Equally good. And then when you're ready, come all the way back to center and take prayer hands on the inside of your left knee and build the tension between the hand and the knee. Build the tension so you can feel it. Don't be lazy. And then once you've got the tension, if you don't get the tension, don't do the next bit. Once you've got the tension, inhale to press that left knee out. Take the hands wide and stand strong through your right leg. Maybe even flex the left ankle. Keep that leg bright. Reach through the crown of the head. One more breath in. We're nearly there, don't worry. Then gently bring that left knee back inside. And wrap your hands around the back of your left thigh. And press your left heel forwards. And if you're ready for this, maybe even float both hands up as you draw your belly in, switch your pelvic floor on, and feel the breath fill your lungs all the way down through your ribs into your belly with each breath. One more long breath, Adela. I know you can lift that left foot just a little bit higher for me. Nice. Then as you exhale, softly, slowly, no catapulting, slowly place the left foot back on the ground and bring your hands back into your heart center, and we'll come back into Sun Salutation A. So let's inhale, both hands straight up towards the sky. I'll do the first one with you, and then I'm going to watch you. Exhale to fold forward all the way towards the earth. 2 feet on the ground, so much easier this way. Inhale, take a halfway lift, switch on your back, and then exhale, press your hands on the floor and step back into a high plank. You can bring your knees to the ground, but please puff up through your upper back and activate through your shoulders. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, bring your torso all the way down towards the ground, or you can modify onto the ground or low plank. Inhale to either baby cobra, or maybe you come all the way up into your upward facing dog. Stay neutral through your spine. Exhale, down facing dog. Lift your hips towards the sky. Long breath comes in as you lengthen through your spine. Long breath goes out as you let go. One more long breath all the way in. Good, I'm going to watch you this next one. As you exhale, bend your knees and take little steps until your feet are somewhere between your fingertips, which can stay on the ground. And then inhale to a halfway lift. Feel your spine engage fully. Draw your shoulder blades together, weave them together. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, one breath, high prayer, lift your heart and send your heart energy between your palms. Exhale, forward fold, bow from the hips. Feel the connection with the earth. Good, Harry. Inhale, take a halfway lift, super strong spine. Exhale, step back, high plank. Keep breathing out to low plank. You can modify knees to the earth if you wish. Inhale, upward facing dog. You can modify baby cobra if you wish. Exhale, tuck toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. And let the breath come in through both nostrils to fill the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, and down into the belly. And then exhale to release, ease away from your body. Imagine the ocean waves coming in as you inhale another full, powerful breath to fill your lungs. And then exhale, bend your knees, shift your drishti to your hands and walk or fly to the top of the mat. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Rather sudden one there, Harry. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, high prayer, lifts the energy, the heart, and presses the palms as you touch the energy above you with your fingertips. And then exhale, forward fold to connect with the energy below you. Awesome. Inhale, take a halfway lift, powerful through your back. And then exhale, step back, one breath, Chaturanga Dandasana. So that's one breath takes you from high plank to low plank, your elbows, touch your rib cage, press tops of feet, inhale, upward facing dog. You can modify baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 4 long breaths here. In your own time, please feel the completeness of your breath and keep your bandhas engaged. When you feel that 4th breath entering your body, get ready. So that when it gently leaves, as your lungs empty, you can bend your knees on empty. You'll step or move to the top of the mat and inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, one breath, high prayer, as if you could touch the heavens. Exhale, bring your hands into your heart center, samastitihi. And remember the connection you feel with whatever it is that's below you. It might be as simple as gravity. Connection with whatever it is that's above you could be as simple as the clouds. And a connection with what's inside. And we'll come into Sun Salutation B. So we'll use the warrior poses for sun salutation B. And I'd like you, in all of these standing poses, especially the asymmetrical ones, like the warrior poses, to hug your feet and your knees and your thighs to the midline. So you're drawing it all in rather than just letting it all go. Okay, good. So let's start with sun salutation B by inhaling both hands towards the sky and exhaling into Utkatasana. So exhale to bend your knees. Now, we did say we take this gentle, so if you don't want to bend your knees too much, be really honest with yourself and soften. You might find that even though you wanted a gentle practice, actually your body says, do you know what? It's okay, I've got this. And you find your knees bend a little more and your hip bones sink a little lower towards the ground. Maybe your shoulders can broaden and your belly can draw in just a little bit more. As you take a full breath in and exhale to forward fold. You'll inhale to your halfway lift and exhale any choice you wish to. Chaturanga Dandasana, modify any way you want to, and then come up into your upward facing dog and exhale to your downward facing dog. And inhale your right foot to the sky, three-legged dog, and exhale. Draw your right knee to your chest, tiger curl. Pushes the ground away to step the right foot forward. And inhale, come up into your crescent lunge. And remember what we said. In this asymmetric standing pose, draw your feet towards the midline. Draw your knees towards the midline. Draw your hips towards the midline. Draw your belly in. Broaden through your heart space. Stretch out through your left hip flexor by pressing your left heel away. Straighten the left leg if you can. And then if it's available to you, drop your hips just a little lower as you reach your fingertips a little higher without raising your shoulders. Send your gaze to your big right toe. And if you can't see it because your knee's in the way, move your right knee out so it's stacked over your right ankle. Good, belly is in. We're here for 2 more breaths so we can feel the pose. Beautiful, pelvic floor is engaged and you're pulling everything into the midline to create this powerhouse for a foundation for your practice. Big breath in. Let's get ready for warrior 2. As you exhale, rotate your left heel into the floor and come into warrior 2 so your right hand can extend forward. But if you've let go through your legs, I need you to draw your feet towards the midline. Good, and hug it all in. Feel the power. Beautiful posture there, Kirsty. Really, really good work. Adela, can I ask you to just send your gaze through your front middle fingers? Yeah, there's a temptation to look to the left and you just stare through the front middle fingers and then just drop your hips slightly if you can, if it's comfortable. One more breath in, flip your right hand over and reach forward as you exhale, and then inhale, keep the right hand straight up and over your head to reverse your warrior. Feel the open stretch through your right rib cage. As you send your gaze, it's your choice, up to your right hand, or maybe down to your left heel, whatever feels right in your body. And just check in with your right knee. If it's begun to collapse in, it's very important that you try and stack your right knee over your right ankle as comfortably as you can to take the pressure off the meniscus. That's the little bit of articular cartilage inside the knee joint. Good. If you're struggling with this at all and you wish to straighten your right knee, then do that, but try not to let it collapse in. From here, take a big breath in. And as you exhale, graciously, one arm at a time, cartwheel both hands over your head and frame your right foot. Arms are strong, your right foot steps back into midair. There's a long straight line from your left ankle through your hips, your shoulders. Breath in, exhale here down to your low plank. Right foot can stay off the floor, then press both feet into the ground. Inhale into your upward facing dog or baby cobra to modify, and exhale into your downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Remember, you can keep your knees on the ground for down dog if you wish. Nice. Shift your weight to your right foot and inhale your left foot straight out towards the sky. Straighten that left leg a little bit for me, Harry. I know the wall is there. Press your toes into it. You'll be fine. Take a big breath in. Kirsty, if you drop your left hip just slightly so you're not lifting so much, take a breath in. Exhale. Draw your left knee into your chest. Tiger curl. Push the ground away actively, arching through your shoulder blades. And then step your left foot between your hands. Comfortably inhale, both hands, crescent lunge. And remember to draw your feet towards the midline. Grip the mat. Draw the knees towards the midline and then hug the inner thighs towards the midline. Switch on that powerhouse. And just as you thought you'd use all your energy, bring that pelvic floor and just gently switch it on. Draw your navel in and up. Soften down through your shoulders, but lengthen through the crown of your head, and then reach your fingertips higher without raising the shoulders. Good. Big energy breath comes in, and we're getting ready to exhale, warrior two. Left arm stretches out in front, and the gaze cuts through the middle finger as your right arm reaches, as if protecting you from behind. Your left arm reaches, as if reaching into the future. Your left knee is stacked somewhere comfortably over your left ankle, and if you have a little look down, you can see your big toe on your left foot. As you draw your left foot towards the midline and the right foot comes in, the feet don't change position. You're just switching on the legs and feeling the energy come into your belly as you lift your belly up and over. Good. Lean forward slightly as you exhale. Flip your left hand over and then inhale. Reach your left arm up, long and high, and use it like a lever to open the left side of your body as you send your gaze either towards your left fingertips or your right heel. Beautiful breath comes in as if it's designed to open your left rib cage as you sit a little lower into your hips. Good. Then as you breathe, move both hands over your head, frame your left foot, step your left foot back, three-legged high plank. There's a straight line through your body, right heel, hips, shoulders, left foot floats, breath in, exhale to your low plank. You can modify where you need to, press both feet and inhale. Upward facing dog, or please modify to baby cobra if that's right for you. Good work. Exhale, downward facing dog. Try not to rush, and if you do rush, ask yourself the reason why. Maybe you need to slow things down. Take a nice long breath all the way in. And exhale, long and slow. Feel your belly if it's gone soft and floppy. Draw it back in. 2 more breaths. Deep belly breath, soft floppy neck, sit bones float even higher. Nice. As you exhale, draw your knees to the ground and lie onto your back. Just lie onto your back, just for a moment. Lie onto your back. If we need a visual cue, looks a lot like this. Lie onto your back. Remember, we said we'd take it soft and gentle today. I want you to take it a little easier than maybe I'm saying. Whatever your body feels is good. I want you on your back and your knees are bent and the soles of your feet press the ground. We'll get ready for bridge pose. So send your left fingertip towards your left heel and stay with the right hand. See if you can just tickle your heels. Connect the soles of your feet into the ground and then place your hand between your knees. Make sure they're not touching. Bend your elbows through 90 and touch your rib cage with your inner elbows. Take a breath in and exhale to press your spine down onto the floor. So flatten the whole of your spine onto the ground and broaden through your palms. Push down through the soles of your feet and use the energy to really squeeze the whole of your spine flat onto the ground. And once your spine is genuinely flat, use an inhale to lift the hips first, leave the spine on the floor, lift the hips and then peel the spine up off the floor, coming up into Setu Bandhasana. You're going to press your hips up towards the sky and walk your shoulder blades in. Make sure your knees don't flail out. And feel the stretch through your front body, especially your thighs, hips, and core. As you lift your hips a little higher towards the sky. We're going to do this twice, and if wheel is in your practice and you feel comfortable to do it, you can take wheel the second time. If wheel is not in your practice or you are not comfortable to do it, please don't do it today. Take a full breath in here as you push down through your shoulders and your feet, and then as you exhale, gently lower your spine 1 vertebra at a time back onto the ground. Nice, and get ready to come straight back into bridge a second time. So exhale to press your spine onto the floor. Now, if you are choosing to come into your wheel pose, you'll bring your hands over your head and press your palms into the ground. If you're not doing wheel pose for any reason because of choice, then good on you. Inhale your hips back up to the sky. Adela and Harry, I can't actually see what you're doing because the camera's high. Harry coming up into a beautiful wheel. Maybe you can draw your elbows, it's not intuitive, back towards your ankles and press your hips a little higher to the sky as you soften through your neck. Kirsty, you can lift your hips a little higher. Harry, as you feel the energy drawing from your body through the posture, you can let the posture strengthen your body. Use your breath to lift up through your heart space for one more long breath, everybody. And then in your own time, when you're ready, you can soften back down onto the earth. Beautiful work, everybody. And walk your feet out so you can feel the edges of your mat, and then just swish both knees over to the left, just once. And both knees over to the right, just once. Good, and then bring your knees back up. And we'll take a modified pigeon pose on our back. So keep your left knee bent and place your right foot on your left knee. Just like you're sitting on the end of a couch. Reach your right arm through the triangle between your legs and grab the back of your left thigh or the front of your left shin and actively draw your left leg in towards your body. And use it like a giant lever to draw your right heel in towards your chest and stretch through your right glute muscle. And if we were ever in a class and you feel that Ekapada Rajakapotasana, that's half pigeon, is a little strong for you that day, and I offer you to take a modification. This is a beautiful modification. The main reason we do this is take the pressure out of the knee. We'll still get the stretch through the glutes. Now that we're here, we are going to move the stretch from the glute to the outer glute and hip. So gently float your left foot back onto the ground. Keep your right foot where it is. Put the left foot back on the ground. Keep the right foot where it is. And notice the sole of your right foot is just over the left thigh. Take a breath in here and move your left knee out with the right foot on it until your left leg touches the ground or something to hold it. And just keep that right ankle glued to the top of your left knee so you can get a really nice stretch through the outer right thigh. You're coming into a version of twisted roots. So Della and Harry, I can't see you because of the camera angle. But you should feel a really nice stretch through your outer right hip. And if anything is uncomfortable, maybe you put a little support underneath your right foot or soften so this doesn't hurt. And then when you're ready, use your breath. Feel your rib cage expand. And as you exhale, soften a little deeper. Let go. Just one more breath. And then gently take your right foot off your left knee and just bend both knees. Give them a little jigger if you need to. Go ahead and place your left ankle on your right knee and reach your left hand down through the little triangle between your thighs and grab the back of your right thigh or the front of your right shin and use your arms to draw your right leg in towards your body so you're leveraging your left ankle in towards your chest and getting a really nice stretch through the left glutes. All that work that we did drawing the legs into the midline in those asymmetric poses. A lot of energy through the glutes to do that. Use your breath to soften your body and feel your chest, your shoulder blades resting into the ground. Feel your head gently resting into the ground and use the weight of your head to maybe draw your right thigh a little closer to your chest. Slightly deeper stretch through the left glutes. One more breath and then gently release your hands so only your right foot can touch the floor. Keep the left foot on the right knee. And then rotate your right knee out to the right until the sole of the left foot can touch the ground. And you'll feel a really nice stretch through the outer left thigh, rib cage. If it's comfortable, I'd like you to melt your left shoulder towards the earth. Maybe even reach your left hand wide if it's comfortable. That right hand can maybe support the right knee so that you can open up through the left side of your body and really feel the stretch. And let a sense of freedom move through your body as you take full yoga belly breaths. One more long breath in. And then draw both your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. And then either rocking and rolling up and down your spine, or maybe rolling onto one side, come to a seated position for Janushirasana. We'll open up deep into the hips and the hamstring. So place your right foot out in front of you. Try and adjust so that you can see me, not that you really need to. And press your left heel into your right thigh. And let the body kind of soften. There's usually some residual tension that kind of holds in here. And then inhale, both hands up towards the sky. Keep the belly drawn in, and pelvic floor is on. Breath is long, ujjayi. And then rotate your left shoulder forward, so it presses towards your right ankle. Send the gaze high, lift in your breath. And then exhale, melt down over your inner right thigh, coming into Janushirasana, so that's head to knee posture. And you should feel some really nice primary stretches somewhere around your hamstring and latissimus dorsi, and secondary stretches all over the body, including the outer left knee and the shoulders. And if you have a temptation to grab your foot in this pose so you can come deeper into it, you can do that if that's in your practice and you really wish to. But I invite you to take your hands off anything you're holding and let your arms, your hands just rest on the floor, the palms facing upwards. So you're surrendering yourself to the posture. You're finding the present moment. You're not digging in, you're not fighting anything, you're actually just letting go. If you want to focus on anything physical, focus on your bandhas, belly, pelvic floor, breath. And then just soften through the whole of the back line of your body. And allow your hips to open. One more breath. Maybe you take two. And then gently use an exhale to walk your hands back up your right leg. And switch legs. So press your left leg straight out in front of you and bend your right knee and bring your right heel into your left thigh. Shift around a little if you feel it's going to help you. Let your right knee open just a little as you reach both hands up towards the sky and soften your shoulders. Keep your belly on, your breath strong, and just keep the pelvic floor engaged. Draw your right shoulder forward slightly. You're coming into a bit of a twist, and then exhale. Just to lower your torso down on the inside of your left thigh. Your palms can face upwards, and you can find whatever position works for you. One of the nice things about these Zoom classes is that you're not in a room full of people, and you don't need to feel like someone is watching you. You can just be there for yourself. It's almost like you can separate your energy, your physical energy, and your spiritual energy, and let your spiritual energy take a step to the side and watch your body. Let your spiritual hand just rest on your physical shoulder and say, you know what? Everything is fine. Everything is good. And all the things that you're worrying about, all the things you're concerned about, are going to be okay. If you dream about what you tell yourself, if you could go back 20 years, if you could give yourself some advice, I bet you if you had to boil it right down, the truth is you'd say, do you know what? You're going to be just fine. Don't waste too much time worrying. Remember who you love. Be good to yourself. Or maybe you tell yourself something different. Whatever it is, stay in touch with what's real for you. Gently inhale and come out of this pose. We're going to take a wide-legged forward fold now that we've opened up through the hips quite so much before we come into Shavasana. So widen your Ankles as wide as is comfortable for you. Doesn't matter how wide, there's no one watching, right? And draw your toes in towards your hips so you can press out through the back line of your legs and press your hands onto the floor and lift your heart space up. Take a breath in with your belly in and up and your pelvic floor still on. Exhale to walk your hands forwards and lower your belly first towards the floor. Now, as you lower your belly, don't let it go floppy. Keep Uddiyana Bandha engaged and keep your toes engaged. So you're drawing your toes back towards your hips. And walk your hands out as far as you comfortably can. And just find your own range and play with it just a little. Just sit with this just a little. So if you had complete compassion for your body, no self-critique, no judgment, no expectation, how would this posture look and feel inside of you? Not outside, that doesn't matter. And if you allow yourself to be, does the posture change? If you allow yourself to breathe, does the posture sit just a little better inside? One more long breath as you melt into whatever version of this posture feels right to you, right here, right now, today. And then inhale to walk your hands back, lift your heart up, bring your legs together, give them a little shake. Excuse me. Bend your knees slightly, and we're going to lower to the floor very, very slowly, getting ready for our Shavasana. Forgive me. So last little bit of pranic energy. I'd like you to reach your hands forward and lean back slightly and make out as if you're holding a tray in your palms, so super broad palms. Then weave your shoulder blades together and lift your heart space a little higher, engage through your core, take a breath in, and then as if you're trying to do this on a camera that can't quite see the movement, slowly breathing, step your feet away from your hips and gently, slowly, really slowly lower yourself towards the floor. Keep those shoulder blades off the floor for just a little longer if it's comfortable. And then gently touch one shoulder blade at a time onto the floor. And when they're both down, exhale to draw both your knees deep into your chest. Give yourself a compassionate squeeze. Roll the knees so you can just loosen up through that joint where the spine sits and hips. Using the floor to loosen. One gentle supine twist to both sides. Send your arms nice and wide. Take a breath in and exhale. Your knees to the right side of your mat. Soften through the left side of your body. Melt your shoulders. Exhale your knees back into center and then roll them over to the other side. Melt your shoulders. Feel a fullness in your body. And then gently exhale your knees back into your chest. Remember the advice you gave yourself. And gently find your way into your Shavasana. Allow your legs to be heavy and comfortable. If there's something you want to place underneath your knees, be my guest. Maybe you just want to rest onto the ground, connect fully, completely through gravity into Mother Earth's energy. Allow your palms to face upwards so that you can feel the heavens above through your palms. Relax your toes and relax your feet, relax your ankles and relax your calves. Soften through your knees and relax your thighs. Go ahead and loosen your hips. Notice a calmness through your torso, your heart space and your lungs, and then soften down through your shoulders and your arms. Your elbows and your wrists, and when your awareness arrives in your hands, allow yourself to feel the energy inside your palms. Until you're conscious of your fingertips, and then relax the back of your neck, your throat, your jaw, your face, your eyes. They haven't already, let your eyelids close. We'll take 2 gentle, long breaths to my count and then just gently sink into Shavasana and stillness for at least 5 minutes. So inhaling with me for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe normally. Let go. Shavasana. Namaste, yogis. Thank you for practicing with me.